I'm LP Master 6 and welcome to Let's Play number 61 on this channel. Released in 1993, published by Nintendo for the original Game Boy and developed by HAL Laboratory. This game stars Kirby as King DDD. He's causing so much trouble, he's created Pinball, and Kirby's like, oh, Pinball! And then he becomes the Pinball. And it's Kirby's Pinball Land! Woohoo! That's right, folks. In case you've never seen me before, I'm LP Master 6, and I love Pinball. Woo! And yes, I couldn't think of a better name for myself. I created this channel when I was like 11, 12, something like that. And there's my high scores. My name's Jason, and yes, those are all above 1 million. Those are the only scores I got that were above 1 million, even though 1 million is not that hard to get in this game because I'm not that good at it. So this is HAL Laboratory's 8th pinball game. So they clearly love pinball. They obviously love Kirby. I meant 8th developed, not like 8th Kirby pinball game or something like that. They've just developed 8 pinball games all the way back from the Commodore 64 days, or a related system. I can't remember. But this is Nintendo's only second published Nintendo game. The first one they actually developed, Pinball for the NES, one of my favorite games of all time. I love NES Pinball, and I sank like 50 to 60 hours into that game. This game I've only sunk so far like 30 hours into. Still a pretty sizable chunk, but I still haven't even beaten this game. More on that later. But you know, they added Kirby's ball form into Kirby's Adventure, and they were like, oh my god, wait, you guys, what if? And here we are, Kirby's Pinball Land. So you know how pinball is just get as high of a score as you can and have as much fun as you can while doing it before you get a game over? This is still that, but there's a boss battles. There are 3 pinball lands, as they're called in the manual. I have no idea what the plot is. I don't know if DDD whipped these up or these are Kirby's and he screwed them up, because there's a bunch of giant Kirby's in these that aren't sentient. Or maybe they are sentient? I'm not sure. You're not supposed to put much thought into it, but I do. I always do. You know me, I'm LP Master 6. And let's get started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in wait. Really good topical reference there. Woo! Love the Black Eyed Peas. Anyway, this also takes more of a Kirby approach, obviously. Not just by using Kirby's assets and, well, I mean literally his assets, because most of these sprites and stuff are taken from the original Kirby's Dream Land. I think the only reference to Kirby's Adventure is the ball form. I could be wrong, because I kind of mix their elements together in my brain. But, you know, either way, it's all Kirby, and it's all good. Because who doesn't love good old Kirby? Kirby at the time was, you know, already a staple of the Game Boy, because Kirby's Dream Land sold amazingly well, and this is the first of several follow-ups on the Game Boy. Of course, this is the 3rd Kirby game overall and the first spin-off, and it just makes so much sense. And who doesn't love Kirby and who doesn't love pinball? Am I right? But basically, once you can actually beat the 3 boards, because there's 3 bosses, 1 in each board, at least. More on that later. There's only 1 boss in each board. Just to clarify, I worded that very strangely. But hey. But hey. What? I'm sorry, I'm a little sleepy. So instead of just focusing on score, you actually have a goal to beat the game. And that's really cool. It's a genius blend of Kirby, because if you noticed in the demo there, the boss fight, Kirby wasn't in his ball form. He was just in regular old Kirby form. Yes! Okay, the Warp Star takes you to a minigame. This minigame has quite a significant importance in the Kirby series. Okay, did you see how we got plus B there? No idea what that means. You get plus B in the minigames, and I haven't figured it out. I don't think it adds to your time, but what is plus B? I don't think that's supposed to be an 8, because that doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure plus M, which also keeps showing up. Oh, come on, please hit him. He gives you like 500 or 5,000 points if you hit him. See, I think plus M is adding to your multiplier, which is at the bottom right of the screen. You see your score in the bottom left, obviously. Each board has its own unique boss and its own unique mini game that you can access on the second screen with the Warp Star. Oh my god, please. Okay, if you manage to beat the, oh, what are those called? Broom Hatters, I think? I'm still not too great with the names. No, these are called Cappies, the mushroom guys we have to kill to get the Warp Star to the boss to appear. Because that's what you have to do. I thought it was just random as to what showed up. No. The Warp Star to the boss will only show up next to that frog. Oh, we're stuck. Okay. Well, that's why we can shake the table with, we can shake it to the right with B, and we can shake it to the left with up. So controls are pretty intuitive and simple. I love the idea that you can shake the board. You couldn't do that in NES Pinball, the only other game I can really compare and contrast this with. That's not, you know, obviously just a Kirby game. But, oh, I was talking about when in the boss fight, Kirby's only in his real form, which honestly makes the physics horrible. But it makes it feel more like a Kirby game, which is really cool, really unique. So I can't complain about that. Oh shit. Oh my god, our Maximum Tomato disappeared at the last second. You can get into Maximum Tomato on every screen. Let me finish my sentence first. The only thing that makes this not feel identical to a regular main Kirby game is the fact you're not controlling Kirby directly. Like, you're just controlling the flippers. Which do, in turn, you know, manipulate Kirby's movement, obviously, but it's just that one key difference that makes this a spin-off. Honestly, this could just be a Kirby level where you control, like... That's a cool idea for a Kirby level if they've never done it. I've never played every Kirby game. Oh, and I wasn't telling you what the significant importance is because it actually inspired a later spin-off game in the series, that one little Breakout clone minigame, which most people think is actually better than Kirby's Pinball Land. But, hold on, I'm going to talk about the boards a little more. Each screen, or each board has 3 screens, right? The top, from the select screen, which we have seen. Oh god, oh my god. Wait, did I already get to the boss once? I feel like, oh no, 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 no. Oh, thank god. Oh, sorry, I'm focused. Oh god, no, 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 please! Jesus Christ. No, 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 please, 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 please! Alright, I'm sorry. The Gordos will make your flipper unusable for a couple seconds, which, oh my god. I did it! I beat Wispy Woods, the first boss. Oh, I didn't even show the bottom screen. I'm sorry, guys. I really screwed that up, but at least I showed a minigame. I expected that to take forever if I even was able to do it at all. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but okay. Sure, we'll go to the Poppy Bros Senior board. Why not? But each board has 3 screens. You start out in the second one, so when you fall down, you're not screwed. Just like I showed when you fall in the drain, which I learned is the canonical name for between the flippers here. So, neato official canon pinball term. Because everybody loves pinball terminology. Is pinball considered a sport? If so, it's my favorite sport. Better than golf. I love golf. Especially miniature golf. I don't know. I don't know what's better, pinball or miniature golf. But if you're just saying golf, overall, it's in the top 3. Bowling's pretty good too. I think I like golf better though. You can hear how white I am, right? I like bowling and golf. I mean, basketball and baseball are... basketball's fun to play, I'm just bad at it. And baseball's fun to watch and play. I mean, it's fun to watch as in it's better than any other sport. It's still not fun to watch. So, I apologize if you guys do think sports are bad to watch and you think pinball's a sport, because that means you're bored. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, at least we fell down this time. Each screen has an objective you must complete to get to the top. Kirby looks so weird when he blends into the background here, to contrast with Mr. Frosty. Each of the bottom screens are all pretty similar. There's a way to get a Warp Star, which will take you out of the board you're in. So you go back to that main screen where you can select a board. So if you're tired of that board, go get the warp star and, you know, pick a different board. Each screen also has a way for you to get the maximum tomato, which will clog your middle drain. I'm not sure how to get the energy drinks. I think that's their official name. Never sure about that in my videos. You know, the drinks that sometimes appear on the side there. I don't know what makes those show up. I don't know what determines when they leave, but they just randomly show up and leave. I know how to get the maximum tomato on all the screens, though. So that's something. Please. No, it's too late. Oh, well. This, I think, is the easiest board. I think Wispy Woods is the hardest. That slot machine screen we saw is my least favorite screen in any pinball game I've ever played. The only thing that really bothers me, limitation-wise, about this being a Game Boy game is the fact that... Oh, please, please. Yes! Woo! Alright, most of these are self-explanatory, except for the how you have to hit the cappies. I always thought that was kind of random on the Wispy Woods board, but no, you have to kill them all for them to show up. These are the Poppy Bros Senior, and I'll teach you a trick without showing you, because I'm not going for score, but I read this. Oh god, their bombs will take out the flippers. Both flippers are done. Oh, okay. I can't believe I even made it to a second boss this early. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, please. Oh, they'll only do the one they're closest to, which is great. I cannot believe it. I can't believe we're doing this well. Come on, I'm terrible at the ones that loop. Like, I can't believe... Wispy Woods, I think, is the hardest boss. Most people are like, oh, he's too easy. I think he has the hardest board and the hardest boss fight. Poppy Bros Senior, I think, is the easiest board in the second hardest boss fight. I can't believe we have done this without losing a life. Because I didn't really explain it. But once you fall down to the bottom, you have an extra chance. But damn it, I hit the A. You can get an extra life. So this is a good use for the warp star, except the only access to the warp star is at the very bottom of any board. But every time you warp out, you can get the letters to spell extra, and every time you spell extra, you get an extra life. I've never actually done it. I've never gotten a 1-up in this game. Oh, I didn't show the minigame for that. Are we going to have to do a bonus video? Oh my god. Because I really didn't expect to do so well. So many reviews I saw said, oh, you can beat this in an hour. I've played this for 30 hours and I've never beaten it. Like, oh, it's a little frustrating, not gonna lie. Because I don't like to be negative in my videos, but we're about to demonstrate something. I haven't really demonstrated much. As soon as you, like, spawn everything off of a screen, like if you go up or down, and you go back to that screen, your progress is reset. So more often than not, you're going to be frustrated by these mechanics more than you're having fun. Like the health from Mr. Shine here. Wait, or no, he's Mr. Bright. No, he is Mr. Shine. Yeah, okay. Which, this is one of my favorite screens in the game. I think it's really cool. That was my bad. Oops. It'll reset. And just like how Kirby won't be holding the umbrella here, these screens are really weird. I didn't explain the one where Kirby thinks about stuff, and then once you hit it, it spawns on. Oh my god, please. Whew! You can use that springboard to not lose a life up to 3 times. If you time it perfectly, you will spawn to the top, and I screwed that up. Ouch. Okay, well, oopsie daisy. Oh my god. I'm normally not this bad. Like you saw, I got 1,000 score. Did I show off how you can shake the board already? Shake it to the right with B, shake it to the left with up. That's called hurting your eyes. Because we are playing this on a Game Boy player using frame lucky number 7. Because I'm not going to use a Super Game Boy. Like, I have a GameCube and I have a Game Boy player. I'm not going to buy a Super Game Boy just to put you in the time aesthetic more than I already do by buying the actual games instead of, you know, emulating them. Because, you know, this was released on 3DS Virtual Console, but I don't have a way to record 3DS anyway, and they don't have colors like this. Okay, so I don't like buying Game Boy games on Virtual Console because I think they look like shit. Because they're like, oh, try it with either the black and white or the green, no color. And that's terrible. Because almost, if not every Game Boy game has color if you put it in a Game Boy Player, Super Game Boy, or Game Boy Advance. This is actually one of the weird instances where the Game Boy Advance SP version of the colors will match the Game Boy Player versions. At least I think this is a perfect recreation. We can show off this mini game. Yeah, I did it. This is my least favorite. I can't believe I accidentally went to the Poppy Bros Senior board and beat it like it was nothing. I'm so psyched. I don't normally say that word. That sounded weird coming out of my mouth. I felt like I was in a 90s cartoon. There was so much other stuff I had to explain, I felt like. There's actually a lot more to this game than I thought. But I bought this game like a year ago. Because I was buying all the LP Master 6 games in order. And this is when I stopped. Like, this was the latest game I bought. Until, like, last month. Or technically 2 months ago. Today is... What's today? July 13th, 2021, to date the video. Oh, we got 500,000 points. That's what that dancing was. Yeah, that interrupts the gameplay. So if you're in the middle of like a really tight spot, sorry. Oh, that happens in boss fights too. So it doesn't actually mess you up that much, but it can. Just like how the way the ball will spawn in sometimes, there are Game Boy limitations here. How small the screens are, that's all Game Boy. And it does affect you negatively occasionally. Like, I don't like being negative, but there are a lot of negative things to this game, honestly. I have mixed feelings about it. It's one of those games where if you're doing so hot, like, if you're doing okay 50% of the time, you're not going to complain. But other than that, this game does have a lot of flaws. It's fun, though, but there's a lot of good reviews. I think it was either Nintendo Life's review when it came out on Virtual Console or IGN's 1999 review, which they did to celebrate Pokemon Pinball coming out, which has the same engine from this game, which is really cool. They did a review, and it's still on their website. It leaves? What happens now? I've never missed it so much that it left. We haven't even made it to the boss, have we? No. 'Cause I haven't fought Kracko at all. Oh, I didn't teach you that trick with the Poppy Bros Senior. If you save and quit, which is a feature... I don't remember how to press select. It's a quick save. You can only access it once. But yeah, you'll start exactly where you started. And it's really cool. But boss fights will regenerate their health. You'll spawn in the boss fight, I think. You might respawn in the top screen, but I think it's in the boss fight. They'll regenerate their health. So once you kill one of the two Poppy Bros Senior, you get a ton of points for it. Then save and quit, load your game again, kill the one again because he respawns, and then, rinse and repeat. And you can get an amazing score that way, which I haven't done, as you can tell. It's hard for me to reach the bosses sometimes. I'll play some days and not get to a single boss. I'll play this until I get a game over every day. That's how I've played for about 30 hours because I've been doing it for about a month. And it honestly takes kind of a while to get a game over if you're... well, you'll see. I can't believe we only have one boss left. I just can't get over that. That time is so unforgiving. But it's so frustrating when you're like, oh yeah, I finally beat this objective and got to the top screen. And then you'll have times where the ball will fly on your side drains there, or just where you absolutely cannot touch the ball no matter what, all the way to the bottom screen and you'll die. And you'll have to redo the whole thing. Or you'll just fall down a screen after forever. That slot machine takes forever to reach Kirby because of the Gordo placement. We finally lost a life. Well, this is when the multiplier adds up at the end here. So we get 13,000 times 8. That was okay. We got 2 lives left. That wasn't great at all. I like how the timing for that springboard is actually kind of difficult to get down perfectly. Like, it's not hard to make it. Sometimes, though, it'll be your first time falling down the hole, like on your last life or something, and you'll be like, oh. And you'll get all sad. Please! I don't want to be on this screen anymore. And you'll get all sad because you won't have pressed A at the perfect time, so you'll die. And it's really hard to get extra lives. Was it in this take or a practice take? I think it was a practice take. Where one of the Kirbys in the Poppy Bros Senior board spit out a 1-up. Of course, I went up a screen and then came back down, so it despawned. Just like that. You know how we got all the Scarfy letters again? And got all the Scarfies there, so if we hit the top one, we'll go up a screen. They'll launch us up. Yeah, no, that's gone. We have to redo that. Just if you even touch the screen above slightly. If you get enough momentum. I think this is the second easiest board and the easiest boss. I think I already said that, but still. In case you couldn't tell, Poppy Bros Senior reused the Green Greens music, and this reuses, I think, Bubbly Clouds from Dreamland. So the only original song for a board is the Wispy Woods board. But I think that board's just not good. I think the Gordo placement is cheap and not very fun. A lot of people said this was the hardest board and boss, and apparently I don't play this game like anybody else. But, oh, I was talking about those reviews that had opposing opinions completely, and I agreed with both of them. You get the best of both worlds and the worst of both worlds with this game, I feel. Because, like, they're really trying to be Kirby, and it's neat, but at the same time, it also doesn't work. You're not going for high score, you're going to beat the game. And see, like, bosses' attacks disable flippers, so you have to redo the same objectives over and over again. Which would be fine for something like a boss fight, but when you have to do it for every screen, every time, it's just so frustrating. And it gets old. Like, the replayability goes away. There's a lot of replayability in this game, but only if you get lucky or are very good at this game. Or if you're a kid and don't have that many options, especially in 1993. But now, I can't see that many people playing this unless, you know, they just happen to have it. Like, nobody's going to go out of their way to play it unless they're playing through all the Kirby games or they're a huge Pinball fan and Kirby fan. Come on, please! I don't want to miss this. Oh, my God. What happened last time? Did it ever respawn, or did we just stick around here? And because now we're just kind of stuck up here. I don't remember. I talked over it. If we get all the stars off the screen, does it respawn? I hope. If not, you're just Or we could do that, too. That works. And did you see how immediately our Maximum Tomato despawned? That sucks. But I do really like this game. Is it as good as NES Pinball? Absolutely not. And as a matter of fact, one of the negative reviewer who said that this game doesn't work because you're not getting, like, score attack pinball. You're getting frustrating, like, meet-in-the-middle Kirby gameplay with pinball. They said nobody would ever play this game if it didn't have Kirby in it. And they're right. You know, Kirby, the charm is what makes this game. And it's not bad, but that same reviewer said, it's clear to me that the developers never played pinball before, and I think that's hilarious because it's the 8th pinball game that they developed. But it does kind of show that this is weird for a pinball game in a good way, and honestly, even more so in a bad way. Oh, I'm going to be really frustrated. Krako's the easiest boss and the easiest board. Or second easiest. I've said that like 100 times. So if I really can't do this, I'm going to be upset.